Hello friends, so my today's video will be a very basic lecture of chemistry in which we will see how to remember the valency of first 20 elements. So the very first thing that you need to learn for remembering the valency of first 20 element is the name of first 20 elements in their sequence. Now this thing is very important because whenever you appear for any competitive exam, so you must at least remember the first 20 elements according to their sequence. In higher classes from 8th standard onwards, you will be familiar with periodic table, and there are different methods to remember the periodic table. But I recommend to you that at least first 20 elements you must remember in sequence. Even when you balance the chemical equations, there you see that majority of the equations, they will have elements amongst these first 20 elements only. So it becomes very important that you remember the sequence as well as the valency of first 20 element. So the very first step is, now let us write first 20 elements and their symbols. So starting with first element, atomic number 1. So here Z represents atomic number. So the first element with atomic number 1 is hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. So this is the way you first try to remember the first 10 elements, and remembering first 20, it's not a rocket science. You can remember them within 15 minutes or half an hour. Then the 11th element with atomic number 11 is sodium, magnesium, aluminium. Then you have silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, and then you have chlorine. Then 18th you have argon, then potassium, and then calcium. So in this way you write down the symbols for first 20 elements. Believe me, if you remember these 20 elements, so in many of the competitive examinations your major problems will be solved, because in many examination you will have basic questions which will require remembering the symbols as well as valencies of first 20 elements. Now, before giving the valency number, the first thing you have to start from the noble gases. So we know that the noble gases, they have zero valency because they do not react with other elements. So here in this case, the noble gases are helium. So you straight away write 0 below helium. Then you have neon, and then you have argon. So helium is with atomic number 2, just add 8 to it. Then 10th one is neon, and then you just add 8 to, again 8 to 10. So 18 is argon. So these three noble gases in the first 20 elements, they will have zero valency. Now what you have to do, starting from this 0, you have to write 1, 2, 3, 4 in sequence. So just write 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, because we are just getting the valency of first 20 elements. So in this way, you have written the valencies of 4 elements which are followed by the noble gases. Now you have to write in the reverse order, the same sequence 1, 2, 3, but now you have to write it in the reverse order. So 0, 1. From here 0, 1, 2 and 3 in reverse order. So up to 4 we were writing it in forward direction and then in backward direction. Same way here you have to write 1, 2 and 3. So you can see that it is very simple to write down the valencies of first 20 elements. And I am again repeating that it will be very helpful to you if you straight away remember the names and symbols of first 20 elements in a sequence. Now, it is important that you remember the names in the sequence. You have to cram them, because if you remember or try to cram the periodic table, so there we remember the elements according to their blocks, S block, P block, T block, so like that. But here in this case, these first 20 elements, they belong to different blocks. So remembering them in a sequence, it is different from remembering the elements in periodic table according to their blocks. So this is the very basic lecture in which we find how to remember the valencies of the first 20 elements. So I will be there with my another videos regarding physics, chemistries, basics of physics, chemistries and mathematics. So thank you for now.